y'all. My name is Krisstina Wise, and I'm actually a broker here in Austin. And I'm here to listen to Max and Chris because these guys are, as far as the changes that are going on in the industry with technology, social media, how this is all affecting our lives as real estate agents and brokers. I'm probably kind of more on the leading edge of keeping up with many of the changes and employing many of the technologies and the tools and experimenting and beta testing all these crazy things that come out and executing them. And myself and my company have really been able to produce a pretty good return on many of the technologies that they're talking about today. So I'm a big proponent of Realtor.com and tech savvy. But I think with all of this in the industry, what we are noticing is that the technology world is changing the way we operate a little bit. And the reason why is because historically in the past, kind of 5 years ago, even during subprime times, is that the consumer, when they were thinking of buying or selling a home, where did they go to get information, reliable information? They went to us, they came to us, they found us, they got us through a referral, they got us because we farmed to the geographic neighborhood they lived in, but they would call us. Well, what has happened now is that for all of us, we in the real estate industry, I listen, people talk about consumers like those people over there, forgetting that we are all consumers in this room too. So when we're talking about consumer shift, we're talking about shifts in ourselves as well. And the shift that is happening is that consumers, where do we go first for everything now?
Internet.
We go to the internet. We go to, when we look at a recipe, I go to my iPad to find a recipe. Who goes to a cookbook except for maybe a few of us that might have our favorites stored away somewhere? When I'm out of town and I'm looking for Starbucks, where am I to find that my phone tells me exactly how to get to the local Starbucks? When my husband and I are driving on a Sunday, driving around doing what we love to do, which is look at real estate, which I know that's really dysfunctional, but when we come across something we don't know, what do we say? Well, let's Google that. And what do? We go on the line. We go online to buy books, and the internet is so clever now that when I buy a book, Amazon tells me, "Oh, you bought this book? You probably will like these 3 books too." So we're going to the web for everything, and the real estate community, the real estate industry is not immune to these changes. And what that means is the past, historically, the way we've done business does not look like the future. And the reason why now is because when buyers and sellers are thinking, when they get to the place that they're thinking of buying or selling a home in the future, next month, next 6 months, or next 12 months, they're not calling us first. Why? Because now on the web, they can get really reliable information without having to talk to us. And that's what they're doing. And they don't talk to us typically until the very last minute. So they're not going to their friend and asking for a referral because I think of buying or selling, I need to get reliable information. They're going straight from their houses and they're looking on the web. And when they're driving around, they have their iPhone and they're using Zillow, they're using Realtor.com, which are 2 really great apps, and they're not using real estate apps. So everything is on the web. So the point is that we as real estate agents and all of those that stuck around for the whole day are serious about their career and learning, because what it's going to require for most of us, I've been in the real estate for 14 years, and I am learning new stuff every single day. And prior to 3 years ago, I really wasn't learning all that much new stuff all that often. It was pretty much same old, same old. Like, go to the seminar, it sounded just like the last seminar. You can only take so many FISBO workshops, right? So anyway, the thing is that on one hand, it's hard times right now because the economy is what the economy is. But on the other hand, what I have to tell you, for me personally, like jumping into this, number one, I'm not a geek, tech geek. I'm a geek. My kids think so, but I'm not like the tech geek. I'm not a guru. I'm not a gadget person. I'm not that. I've been in the industry for 14 years just doing real estate in order to feed my family. And what I have to say is that I've put myself right into the forefront to learn as much as I can. I've gone to every conference. I've been online. I've been experimenting. I've been beta testing, whatever. Why? Because number one, I think I have to. And two, the more I can learn, it might produce some new competitive advantage to be able to produce new business and sustain in the future. So part of all that learning is what I found in myself is that even though it's a tough market, I'm more passionate and energized than I have probably ever been, except maybe in the very beginning of my career trying to learn so much and figure things out. So once we can get over some of the fear and some of the feeling overwhelmed by all the stuff there is to learn, what I can say is, man, at the very beginning I was so overwhelmed. But if Krisstina Wise can learn this stuff, I promise you everyone in this room can, number one. And number two, we're going to have to anyway, so we might as well get to it. So all of that to say, I want to introduce Chris Smith, and the power of online would be a testimony to our relationship as we met online, and not a dating service. So, and he followed me, I think on Facebook, really probably 9 months ago or whatever, and he started posting a few things, and he was incognito. I mean, he was just this thing called Tech Savvy Agent. And I was messaging saying, who are you? Why are you following me? Why are you asking me these questions? And anyway, he came to expose himself, who he was, after a certain period of time. But what's happened over a 6-month period is Chris and I have developed a really great friendship, number one. And number two is that this man, I thought I was trying to keep up with stuff. You are going to sit and learn some tips and some tools and technologies from who I declare is truly one of the most knowledgeable people giving real information and not, pardon my French, bullshit that they want, just to tell you about, to try to sell the latest thing. Chris knows his stuff. So you follow him on Facebook, follow him on Twitter if you're on Twitter, and just start employing the stuff he's posting on Facebook. Just start attending his webinars. Look at what Realtor.com is doing. These guys are at the very forefront of the industry. And something so simple, one tool that I use that's a Realtor.com tool is Market Snapshot. How many people are using Market Snapshot? You have to be using Market Snapshot. Like, there are some tools that you have to be using in order to offer the consumer what they want. And what they want is, what is my home worth right now? And they don't want it from you. They want to just have it at their disposal, and they want it to be somewhat anonymous. So there are different tools that Chris is probably going to share with you today, and I just want to introduce to you again who I think is just really leading the industry with great knowledge, and I just am so grateful for what you're doing for the industry at large, because you're offering so many great things to so many people and changing their lives in this whole time of